Dear student, welcome to my new video here. Yuvraj from EV Talk channel. ಪ್ರಿಯ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳೇ, ನನ್ನ EV Talk ಚಾನಲ್ಗೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಸ್ವಾಗತ. Students, in this video, I am going to discuss with you about the SSLC Social Science previous year board exam question paper. Okay. From the many days, some of the students comment me and asking me, sir, please make a video on the social science English medium. So because of that, today I'm going to discuss here about the last year, means March April 2020 question paper. It's a board exam question paper, SLC. So that question paper I'm going to discuss here, and here I'm not going to discuss all the questions, students. So here I'm going to discuss only most expected questions for your upcoming exam. And also, if you are not subscribe my channel, please subscribe my channel now, and also watch this video till the end, because it's a very useful video. Because the maximum time previous year questions again came there repeated for many times. So because of that, so please watch video till the end. Also share this video for your friends. Okay, now let's move on the question, students. See there, students, the question is like this. First I'm going to explain for the multiple choice questions and discuss ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ನಾನಿಲ್ಲಿ. The first question is, in 1453 the city of Constantinople was captured by dash is there. So here they've given the four options: the Arabs, the Ottoman Turks, the Italians, the Portuguese. So here the right answer is B, Ottoman Turks. So with answer I given here, because actually at the beginning I have planned to discuss only questions, but I thought that with the question answer, if I discuss it, it's very useful for you. Okay, here in 1453 the city of Constantinople is captured by Ottoman Turks. So because of that, Europeans found the new sea route. So you already read in the textbook. Second question is, the Quit India movement provided leadership to non-Congress leaders. Identify the non-Congress leader from the following. So here they given the four names: Kasturba Gandhi, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, Jayaprakash Narayan, and Maulana Abdul Kalam Azad. Then, okay, they are asking here, among them, who is the non-Congress leader? So here Jayaprakash Narayan was the non-Congress leader. Because how it has happened? So already you read in the textbook, in Quit India, while the Quit India movement was going on, so that time the Britisher arrested all the major leaders like Mahatma Gandhi ji, Jawaharlal Nehru, maximum all the Subhash Chandra Bose, everyone. So because that time Jayaprakash Narayan was led that moment, so he is the non-congressman. Okay, see there. Next question. The next question is, the Prime Minister of India who signed the Panchashila Principles with China's Premier Chow Enlai was. So who was the Prime Minister in that time? So you know that the Jawaharlal Nehru was the Prime Minister in that time, and he was signed with the Chinese Premier. So who Chow Enlai was. So why? Because in that time, you know that Jawaharlal Nehru was the first Prime Minister of India, and he was the person who signed the Panchashila Principle with China. Okay, it's about the Jawaharlal Nehru. Next question is, Balika Sanghas for the empowerment of girls have to be found and maintained by. So here they given the four options. Who maintained the Balika Sanghas? If they maintain the child right protection units maintain ಮಾಡ್ತಾ, ಅಥವಾ children gram sabha or children protection committee or Anganwadis. So here Anganwadis. So option D is the right answer here. Anganwadis are maintained the these Balika Sanghas. So the Balika Sangha where the formed in the in the villages. So in those Balika Sanghas are maintained by the Anganwadis. Okay, next question is, the non-tax revenue collected by the government among the following is. So government collected the taxes, and among them here they given the four options: GST, various penalties, import export taxes, stamp duty. So among these, which is the non-tax revenue? So the answer is various penalty. So various penalty is the non-tax revenue is there. Okay, option B is the right answer here. Non-tax revenue. Others are the goods and service tax, import export tax, stamp duty. These all came in the revenue tax. Okay. Next is the entrepreneur popularly known as father of the white revolution is. So who's that? The entrepreneur who known as the father of the white revolution. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ who's that? The here Verghese Kurian is known as the father of the white revolution. So the father of the white revolution ಯಾರಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ Verghese Kurian. Option C is the right answer. So please listen the carefully, because these points whatever I'm going to discuss here, so sometimes these questions only repeated maximum times. So because of that, maybe if they can ask you about the Verghese Kurian, if sometimes they can ask you about the non-tax revenue. So if they can ask, you will get the easily 1 marks. So because of that, you should be Listen carefully. See, the next question is, who implemented dual government in Bengal? So it's one marks question is there. Who implemented the dual government? ದ್ವಿಮುಖ ಸರ್ಕಾರವನ್ನು ಯಾರು ಇಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತಾರೆ? ರಾಬರ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲೈವ್. So here Robert Clive implemented the dual government system, students. Okay. Next, see there. How did Governor General William Bentinck support Rajaram Mohan Rai's fight against Sati system? So how he was supported? So you know about the Sati system. It's one of the worst ritual in that time. So Rajaram Mohan Rai wanted to stop it. Rajaram Mohan Rai against it. Then that time, how William Bentinck supported the Rajaram Mohan Rai? So he supported through he brought the law prohibiting Sati system in 1829. In 1829, William Bentinck brought the law prohibiting Sati system. So through that he support this Rajaram Mohan Rai. So next question is, when is Human Rights Day celebrated? So you know that Human Rights Day, ಮಾನವ ಹಕ್ಕುಗಳ ದಿನಾಚರಣೆ ಯಾವಾಗ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ದಿನಾಚರಣೆ ಆಚರಿಸ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಡಿಸೆಂಬರ್ 10th. ಸೊ 10th December you celebrated the Human Rights Day. Celebrated ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು. It's the most expected questions in every year in exam. Okay. Next, what is female feticide? Both questions. It is about the Human Rights Day celebration, or it is what is female feticide. So this both question is always asked in exam. So you should be careful. What is female feticide means? An attempt to stop the natural growth of a female fetus or abortion forcibly. So here we should the natural growth of that female fetus, if you are stopped forcibly or if you are aborting it, is called the female feticide. Okay. Next one, the next question is, the tropical deciduous forests are also called monsoon forest. Why? See there, why they have called the tropical forest as the monsoon forest? Because those forests shed their leaves during spring or early summer. So because of that we called tropical deciduous forest, also called the monsoon forest. So these tropical deciduous forest, they have shed their leaves during the spring and early summer. So because of that we called the these are a monsoon forest. Okay. Next is, what is density of population? So what is density of population means? What here? So clearly, so here what is density of population means? Number of people living in per square kilometer. The number of people living in per square kilometer. Per square kilometer ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಜನ ಇರ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, the living of the people in the per square kilometer is known as the uh, density of population. Okay. Next question is, what is barter system? Barter system means what here? So you know that at the very ancient time, at the very beginning, we don't have use the currency, and you don't have the currency. So that time we are doing the uh, business, like how can you do the trade here? For exchanging goods for goods, so without the use of money. So here, without the use of money, we are exchanging goods of goods, is called the barter system. Here barter system means, friends, remember properly. So you should exchange the goods for the goods without use of the money, is known as the barter system. Okay. Now let's move on the next question. The next question is, student, how was Goa liberated from Portuguese in 1961? Okay, how the Goa liberated from the Portuguese in 1961? Here the answers are answer is like this. Okay, they have sustained protest, and next is arrival of the Portuguese army from Africa and Europe. Satyagraha is declared exit of Portuguese in 1955. So and also take over of Goa by Indian military in 1961. So this you should write the answer like this. So they have sustained the protest, and also the Portuguese brought the army from the Africa and Europe. So because of this, all over the India, satyagrahas are declared that the Portuguese should exit from the Goa in 1955, and later on, Indian army take over Goa from the Portuguese in 1961. So you should write the answer like this. And next question is, what are the aims of India's foreign policy? Or explain the functions of the UN Security Council. And here I'm discussing about the explain the functions of the UN Security Council. Okay, how is the UN Security Council is there? What are the functions of the UN Security Council? The functions of the UN Security Council are the national security, enriching economy, spreading the cultural richness, increasing friendly countries and check enemies, world peace and coexistence. So these are the functions of the UN Security Council. So it's a most important points. Very easily should be remember here. So if they can ask you the questions of the UN Security Council functions, the national security, enriching economy, spreading the cultural richness, increasing friendly countries and check the enemies, and world peace and coexistence. It is about the it is of the function of the UN Security Council. Okay. Next question is, how does the social stratification exists in a different forms, or which way did Devaraj Aras bring social reforms in Karnataka in 1970s? So here I am discussed about the how does the social stratification exists in in different forms. What are the form is there? How can you divide the social society? So here, primitive society, slavery, estate system, varna system, caste system. So these are the layers. These are the shows that how the social stratification is there in that time. So that how can you, how does social stratification in different forms ಇರುತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ, the social stratification is in the such a forms: primitive society, slavery, estate system, varna system, and caste system. So it is about the social stratification. So next question is, distinguish between Eastern Ghats and Western Ghats. So these are the questions always came. They sometimes they can ask the Eastern Ghats or Western Ghats, Eastern Coast or Western Coast, or the, like sometimes they can going to ask you about the what you call ಸಂಘಟಿತ ವಲಯ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಆರ್ಗನೈಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಅನ್ಆರ್ಗನೈಸ್, ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ದ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದಿ ಡಿಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ವಿಶ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ದ ಈಸ್ಟರ್ನ್ ಘಾಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ವೆಸ್ಟರ್ನ್ ಘಾಟ್ಸ್ ಈಸ್ ದೇರ್. ಸೊ ದ ಈಸ್ಟರ್ನ್ ಘಾಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ವೆಸ್ಟರ್ನ್ ಘಾಟ್ಸ್ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಬರಿ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮಹಾನದಿ ವ್ಯಾಲಿ ಟು ನಿಲಗಿರಿ ಹಿಲ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಇನ್ ವೆಸ್ಟರ್ನ್ ಘಾಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತಾಪಿ ವ್ಯಾಲಿ ಟು ಕನ್ಯಾಕುಮಾರಿ. ಅಂಡ್ ಈಸ್ಟರ್ನ್ ಘಾಟ್ಸ್ ನಾನ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದೇರ್, ಅಂಡ್ ವೆಸ್ಟರ್ನ್ ಘಾಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ಈಸ್ಟರ್ನ್ ಘಾಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ವೆರಿ ಹೈ, ಅಂಡ್ ವೆಸ್ಟರ್ನ್ ಘಾಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಹೈ. And Eastern Ghats are separated by river valleys, but Western Ghats are not separated, and Western Ghats have the more rainfall. So these are the points you should be remember in the exam and write it properly. Okay, next question is, what are the causes for soil erosion? So what are the causes for the soil erosion? So it's a very easy question, so you should write generally. The causes for the soil erosion are deforestation, overgrazing, shifting cultivation, faulty methods of the cultivation, using topsoil for bricks and tiles, and floods and landslides. So these are the causes for the soil erosion: deforestation, overgrazing, shifting cultivation, faulty methods of the cultivation, using topsoil for the bricks, tiles, and floods and landslides. So these are the 7 points become the causes for the soil erosion. Okay. Next question is, explain the rebellion of Vedas of Palagali, or explain the aims of Arya Samaj. So here I am discussing with you about the Halagali Vedas. Explain the rebellion of the Vedas of Halagali ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. So why the Halagali Vedas revolt happened? It's because British banned the usage of the weapons in 1857. So in 1857, British banned the usage of weapons, but Vedas kept guns part of custom. So for Vedas are the basically they are the hunters. Because of that they have kept the guns. So but rebelled when we were asked to surrender the firearms. But when Britisher asked them to surrender their weapons, so that time that rebels was started, and the Bedas of Manturu, Bodni, Algundi joined. So in this rebel, different place from the Mantur, Bodni, Algundi, they have joined here, and British army entered Halagali, and the Bedas were suppressed. Rebels were hanged to till death. So that time Britisher entered the Halagali, and here Halagali Bedas fought against the Britisher until their death, and after that they have suppressed Britisher suppressed the Bedas revolt, and later on they have arrested some of the rebellions and they have hanged till death. Okay, it is about the rebellion of the Bedas of Halagali. Next is, what are your suggestions to addict the communalism being an internal problem of India? So it is the most expected questions about the communalism. So many times I told you about it. Okay, so what are the suggestions from yours? So what are the your suggestion to addict? What are the your suggestion to solve the communalism problem in our country? So the suggestions are like this: you should broad the uniform civil code, equality among the citizens, secular values, national interest, foster the faiths of all people, check communalism, support the integrity, equality, and fraternity, and respect to cultural diversity, and commitment for the secular society. So we should broad these things like inform civil code ಇರ್ಬೋದು, secular values ಇರ್ಬೋದು, national interest to check communalism ಇರ್ಬೋದು, and support the integrity, equality, and you should respect the cultural diversity. So these through like this you should addict the communalism from the our country. Okay, next question is differentiate between the labors from organized sector and unorganized sector anta ade. So here they are going to ask you the what is the difference between the organized and unorganized. See there, organized are the legal provisions, in unorganized there is no legal. In organized specific work is there, in unorganized there is no specific work. In organized employment security is there, in unorganized there is no employment security. In unorganized fixed wages are there, allowance are there, but in unorganized there is no fixed wages and there is no allowance. In organized fixed time duration is there, and unorganized there is no fixed time duration. In organized mandatory to pay taxes is there, but in unorganized there is no tax provisions. In organized we found the medical facility, but in unorganized there is no medical facility for the workers. And in organized paid leaves are there, but in unorganized there is no paid leaves. So these are the differentiate between the organized and unorganized. You should write it very easily, like whatever you write for the unorganized, it is you should write the no. Like if there the employment security, there is no employment. If you the fixed wage, there is no fixed wage. Whatever you write from the one side, you should write against that only unorganized sector. Okay, it is about the differentiate between the labors and labors from organized and unorganized sector. So it is also one of the most expected questions in exam, so you should be prepared properly. Okay, now let's move on the next question, students. Next question, students. The next question is what are the key features of Panchayat Raj system in India, or what are the functions of Reserve Bank of India? So here I written, I'm here discussed both answers here. So first one, see there. What are the key features of the Panchayat Raj system in India? So the features are the Panchayat system in our country. Three-tier structure of panchayats. We have found the three-tier structure like Gram Panchayat, Taluk Panchayat, Jilla Panchayat. And next, direct and periodic elections are happened in here, and reservation is also is there, and provision of the financial, administrative, budget, audit responsibilities also is there. And next, provision for executive and support staff is there, and strict procedure for dissolution and formation of the panchayat. So these are the key features, okay, about the panchayat Raj system in our country. Sometimes they can ask you this question, and they also give the R questions for this. Okay, in these two questions also very easy, and the functions of the Reserve Bank of India is very easy. You can also write this question also. See there, if you want to write the functions of the Reserve Bank of India, the answer like should be like this: monopoly of the note issues, banker to government, bankers bank, national clearing house, controller of the credit, custodian of foreign exchange reservoir, and promotion of the banking habits. Okay, these are the functions of the Reserve Bank of India. So it's a very easy question. I told you, it's a monopoly of the note issues irbodu, banker to the government, bankers bank, national clearing house, controller of the credit, custodian of the foreign exchange reserves, promotion of banking habits. So these are the functions of the Reserve Bank of India. So now let's move on the next question. Next question is mention the financial services provided by the post office, or list out the main functions of the entrepreneur. So here I am going to discuss with you about the financial service provided by the post office. So even today, even post office also started their saving account, and also they have started given the credit card, almost everything. We found everything in the post office. Then what are the financial service the post office provided for us? So those are post office saving bank, issue of the national savings certificates, Kisan Vikas Patra, monthly recurring deposits, postal life insurance, pension payment, money transfer, postal banking. So these are the uh, financial service ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು from the post office. So these are the service given by the post office. So ಅದು ಸೇವಿಂಗ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಸೇವಿಂಗ್ ಸರ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಟ್ಸು, ಕಿಸಾನ್ ವಿಕಾಸ್ ಪತ್ರ, monthly recurring deposit, postal life insurance, pension payment. So all these points came under the postal office service. Okay, now let's move on the next question. The next question is explain the causes for the failure of the first war of Indian independence of 1857. So here what are the causes for the failure of the 1857 ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಅಥವಾ what are the here they ask you the question about the what are the causes for the failure of the 1857 revolt, ಹೌದಾ, ಅಥವಾ the first war of the Indian independence of 1857. Sometime they are going to ask you what are the causes for the 1857 revolt ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. It's about the economic cause, it's about the what you called religious cause ಇರ್ಬೋದು, it is about the social cause ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದ ಮಿಲಿಟರಿ ಕಾಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದ ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ ಕಾಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಬಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ದೇ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಆಸ್ಕ್ ಯು ಅಬೌಟ್ ದಿ ಫೇಲ್ಯೂರ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ first war of the Indian independence. So what are the causes for the failure of the 1857? It's because of the restricted to small part of India, and this revolt is restricted for a small part of the India. Next is concentrated on the rights of the kings and queens. So they have only concentrated on the kings and queens rights. They are not concentrated about their country. And next, not planned. This revolt is not planned. And next is disunity among the soldiers. So Indians, so there is, we found the disunity among the Indian soldiers. And next is lacked direction on leadership. There is no proper directions and there is no proper leadership for the this revolt. And next is lacked discipline and organization skills. And this first war of the Indian independence, we not found the discipline and organizing skills, and also lacked military strategies, planning capabilities, soldiering skills, and no define them. Okay, in this revolt, we found the lacking of the military strategies. There is lacked military strategies there. There is no planning capabilities are there, and there is no soldiering skills, and also there is no definite aim for this first war of the Indian independence. And next, Indian kings royal to the British. So while the first war of Indian independence started, so that time some of the Indian kings, they are loyal to the Britishers. Next is plundering and other crimes by the sipais. Some sipais make the crimes. So these are the causes for the failure of the first war of the Indian independence 1857. Okay, the next question is, what is the importance of the agriculture in our country's economic progress? So what is the importance of in our country agriculture is in the economic progress? In economic progress, how the agriculture play the important role here? So here it is the one of the ancient occupation, and also 65% of the people depend on agriculture. And next, economic progress, next, source of livelihood, source of food and fodder, national income and revenue, supports territory sector, influence on the political and social situation, and support industries. So these are the reason. So these are the things which can give the importance of agriculture in the progress of the our country economy. So ನಮ್ಮ country economy progress ಆಗೋದಕ್ಕೆ ರೀಸನ್ ಇದು ಕೂಡ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ 65% ಆಫ್ ದ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಅಗ್ರಿಕಲ್ಚರ್, ಅಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ವೆರಿ ಎನಿಸೆಂಟ್ ಆಕ್ಯುಪೇಷನ್, ಅಂಡ್ ಎಕನಾಮಿಕ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಪ್ರೊವೈಡ್ ಅಸ್ ದ ಫುಡ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಫುಡರ್, ಅಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಇಟ್ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ದ ಟೆರಿಟರಿ ಸೆಕ್ಟರ್, ಪ್ರಾಥಮಿಕ ವಲಯಕ್ಕೆ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಅಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಇಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ದ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರೀಸ್. ಸೊ ಥ್ರೂ ದಿ ಅಗ್ರಿಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಗಾಟ್ ದ raw material for the industries. Okay, next is about the map question is there. So it's the last question. So last year 2020 March ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅಂತಾರೆ, they can ask you the draw the Indian map and mark this place. ಗೋವಿಂದ್ ಸಾಗರ 23.5 degree north latitude and ಮುಂಬೈ. ಸೊ ಬಾಂಬೆ ಹೈ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಮುಂಬೈ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ಅದು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಟ್ಯುಟಿಕಾರನ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಗೋವಿಂದ್ ಸಾಗರ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಡೆಲ್ಲಿ ಕಡೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಗೋವಿಂದ್ ಸಾಗರ್. ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು 23.5 ಡಿಗ್ರಿ, ಇದು ಭಾರತವನ್ನು ಎರಡು ಭಾಗವಾಗಿ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. 23 ಉತ್ತರ ನಾವೇನು ಕರಿತೀವಿ 23.5 ಡಿಗ್ರಿ ನಾರ್ತ್ ಲ್ಯಾಟಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಇದು ಭಾರತವನ್ನು ಎರಡು ಭಾಗ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬಾಂಬೆ ಅಂತ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಇದು ಇಟ್ಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ದ ಮುಂಬೈ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಮಹಾರಾಷ್ಟ್ರ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಬಟ್ ಅದನ್ನ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ನೀವು ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಮುಂಬೈ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದಾಗ, ಬಾಂಬೆ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದಾಗ. ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಟ್ಯುಟಿಕಾರನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇದು ಒಂದು ಏನಂತೀವಿ ನಾವು, ಬಂದರು ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಹೌದಾ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಫೋರ್ಟ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದು ಟ್ಯುಟಿಕಾರನ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದ ಮ್ಯಾಪ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್. ಸೊ ಐ ಹೋಪ್ ಯು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೋತೀನಿ. ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ಯು ರಿಯಲಿ ಲೈಕ್ ಮೈ ವಿಡಿಯೋ, ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ನಿಮ್ಮ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಸೊ ಜೊತೆಗೇನೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನಾದರೂ ಡೌಟ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಕಮೆಂಟ್ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ತಿಳಿಸ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ಯು ರಿಯಲಿ ಲೈಕ್, ಸೊ ಅಗೇನ್ ನೀವು ಕಮೆಂಟ್ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ವಿಡಿಯೋನ ಅಪ್ಲೋಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಸೊ ಯಾಕಂತಾರೆ ನಾನು ಇದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ಲೆಸನ್ಸ್ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅಪ್ಲೋಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ನಾನು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ವಿಡಿಯೋನ ಅಪ್ಲೋಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಸೊ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ನನ್ನ ಚಾನಲ್ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಕ್ರೈಬ್ ಕೂಡ ಮಾಡಿ, ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಕೂಡ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಸೊ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸೋ ಮಚ್ ಫಾರ್ ವಾಚಿಂಗ್ ಮೈ ವಿಡಿಯೋ.